Okay. Welcome to the team chat, and it's Tuesday night team chat time. And so we are going to be doing give more than you can take. That is the theme of the call tonight. And there's kind of a reason behind it. I was talking to Julie before we started recording, and there's kind of, I'm seeing a shadow, sorry. There's a reason behind it. And it's because I've needed these tips myself so that I can make sure that I'm making the most of my business. And I've noticed that, whenever I can do that, that things are just better. So it really is, because I've had times in my business over the past week where I'm like, crap, I just feel like I hope my challengers know how much I really am here for them and how much I really want to help them. And so instead of hoping, I figure we need to be taking action on that and making sure that they know. And these are just some things that I've come up with. And this is definitely team chat. So you guys are welcome to chime in if you have any suggestions or things that you think would be helpful for the team. And I just kind of want this to be something where we really refocus on what's important in our business, what's important in our own brands, and that we want to stand for, basically. So we'll get started. Giving more than you can take. I want this to apply to 3 areas of your business. So we want to apply this on social media, in our challenge groups, and to our teams. There's 3 different aspects of giving more than you can take. And that doesn't mean, I guess I don't know, like I just came up with this because I feel like we need to be like pouring more in than taking out. That's what give more than you can take means. So how can we do this in social media? That can be a little bit tricky. So it can be the same thing in your challenge groups and with the team. It can be really easy to get into that habit of like, I need this person to get a challenge pack. We need to figure out your goals. And then once you pair them up with a challenge pack, being like, okay, you figure it out. And it's really easy to not give them the tools that they need. And everybody's different. Some people are like, give me the challenge pack, I'm ready to go. Like I have a challenger right now who's like texting me every day. And it's super easy to check in with people who text you every day, because then you're like, oh, hey, like you're doing the thing. That's awesome. Like, I'm so proud of you. To where there's other people who are like forgetting to check in the app and forgetting, or feeling discouraged because they weren't able to get a workout in and they don't want to be judged. And so it's really important to make sure that we have that connection with our challenge groups. And how can we apply this to the team? There's so many times, and we've done a really good job of this the past, like since Summit, basically, of making sure that we're focused on, whenever we learn something, asking the team about it or talking to the team about it. And like Selena talking about the Beachbody on Demand, with doing that like all year long versus 3 months, which I had no idea that you could potentially do that. I still haven't had a chance to look into that. But I mean, it's just really sharing things that we learn, because we all learn different ways. We all learn from different trainings. There's a bajillion trainings out there on YouTube that we can all use. And so it's really just a matter of learning and sharing with the team. And that applies for your own team as well as within our, larger team, and just helping people. So how and why to apply this to your social? So basically, like, it all comes down to, why should people follow you if you aren't adding value? If they don't know you, you're not adding value, they're just watching your life. Like, why would they continue to follow you? Do you know what I mean? Especially because like we're trying to branch out of our warm market. We're trying to really reach a cold market. You need to show them like, I'm here to help you. I'm a I'm a coach, but basically coach them. We all learned this at Summit, and that we as coaches are not coaching enough on our social media platforms. We might be coaching one-on-one. We might be doing really well in, our challenge groups, but through our social media, which is where we find people, we're not doing the coaching aspect. So we really need to bring it back and make sure that we're adding value. So always ask yourself before you click that post button. And there have been tons of times in the past couple of weeks where I have gotten really close to putting a post button, and I'm like, that's super, that doesn't do anything for anybody. Like, that's not, I need to change my words around. I need to ask a question. I need to show the value in this story that I'm telling. So you really do have to, and even today, I posted a blog about empathy, and then I posted on, and I think I didn't even change it. I posted on Instagram. I posted it on, I'm looking it up. That's why I'm like taking my time here. But I posted it. Yes. So I have an example right now. On my like page, I said, do you think you know what empathy is? I know I didn't. It wasn't until I started going through a struggle that I learned what it truly means. I posted a short blog on what it's all about. And then I posted the blog link. That does nothing for anybody. So then about 5 minutes later, when I posted the same thing on Instagram, I thought about what I was posting. I haven't had that much traction on anything in Facebook anyway. So I was like, whatever, it's Facebook. So then on Instagram, I said the same thing. I posted a short blog on what it's all about, link in my bio. I hope it will help you connect with someone. I hope it will help you connect better with someone you love. That right there adds value. That simple change adds value. So make sure that you're thinking about things before you post. And even after you post, like it was after I already had posted to my like page that I was like, well, that doesn't really do anything for anybody. And so when I went to post it on my Instagram, I was like, you know what, why did I even write this post in the first place? I posted it so that people can connect better with people that they love, because empathy is really important in my life, and people who have showed empathy towards me, it's changed a lot for me. So it's making those conscious efforts to pay attention when you're posting and to really post with purpose. And it really does come down to, before you post, thinking about things like, is this going to add value to someone's life? Don't state things, ask questions, but not rhetorical questions. Ask questions that people are genuinely going to want to respond to, and engage in the comments. This was a challenge that Gary Vee had for us at Summit that I felt like challenge accepted. That's how I felt. And he said, he replies to every single comment that he can. And he's like, I saw coaches with because he followed, 100 or so of us. He's like, I saw coaches who didn't respond to anybody, who didn't respond to any comment. He's like, respond to every single comment that anybody, and some people, they just give you a thumbs up or something. And then you're like, oh, what do I say to that? I don't know. Thanks for the support. Click them and say, thanks for the support. But make sure that you're replying to every comment and engaging and making sure that people know that you appreciate them on your page. When people follow you, go to their page and click like on some pictures. When people are liking your pictures, go to their page and like some of their pictures. Make sure that you're engaging with other people on social media. And that helps broaden your network. That helps expand your network. So when people come to you, make sure you're giving back. When they like one of your pictures, go like 5 of their pictures. Comment on one of them. When they comment on your pictures, comment on theirs. And I'm just coming up with all this stuff that I need to do too. This is stuff for me too. So don't think that I'm, doing an amazing job at this either, because I'm struggling too, which is why we're talking about this. Because I know typically if I'm struggling with it, a lot of you on the team are struggling with it too. So applying this to your social media, your goal is to be the go-to person. You want to get clear at what you're good at on social media. So for me personally, I'm good at budgeting. I'm good at staying consistent with workouts and healthy eating. People now that I've been budgeting for 4.5 years, I've been working out consistently for 8 years, I've been eating well for a couple years, people now come to me. People now come to my mom to come to me. So you really do, it takes time and consistency and putting things out there. But when you do that long term, you're going to start to get a lot more referrals. So keep putting out the content that you feel like. Maybe it's makeup tutorials. Maybe it's devotionals. Maybe it's inspirational quotes. It's different for everybody. But whatever your thing is, figure out what that thing is and be really good at it. Be the best at it so that people will come to you for it. Like Amanda Miller. I know I go to her for workout videos. She's my favorite example because I think she's so awesome. Let's see. Any questions so far? No? Okay. And remember, like I said, you're the coach. So start coaching people more on your social. Provide tips. I would challenge you right now to go live once a week, at least once a week on your social media page, providing 3 tips. Say, I've got 3 tips for you. Here they are. Do you have any questions about them? Put that out there every single week. Every single week, put out a tip video or go live with some sort of content, and people are going to be like, I bet she might go live this week, or let me see when she went live this past week and see what she had to say. Like, let me see what tips she had to give, because consistency is key. They're going to notice that, hey, she's been going live a lot and providing some really great tips. I need to make sure that I go back to her page and I search her page and I'm checking her out. Do a Q&A. And hey, if nobody hops on your Q&A, you don't have to post the video. That's kind of the beauty of going live. Like, it's scary because people hop on live, but sometimes people don't hop on live. And if they don't hop on live, you don't have to post that video. There's nothing wrong with it. Posting, I will say, when it comes to live, you want to, and I think I mentioned this last week, you want to get at it right away. You want to talk about whatever you're talking about right away. Don't wait for people to hop on, because most people watching the live video are watching the replay. And if you don't get to it right away, they're not going to watch the replay. So get to it right away when you're in your live video. As people hop on, you know, you can acknowledge them whenever they get on. Say, hey, Christy, thanks for getting on. Hey, Julie, love seeing you there. Hey, Nikki, thanks for, you know, being here. And shout people out so that they know that you recognize them. And I didn't remember to do that when I did a live video yesterday, but try to remember, because it'll help with engagement, and then they'll comment. So that's it on social. So how can we apply this to our challenge groups? Challenge groups are probably the place that we need to be giving it most, besides, well, no, it's all equal. We need to give it everywhere. But challenge groups are the place that I feel like it's easiest to kind of sit back and not give that value. So you need to spend tons of time you already spend tons of time figuring out the goals of your participants. And you need to make sure you keep that intensity up during the group too, because otherwise it seems like, well, you worked so hard to like figure out my goals and get me to this program, but I don't really see you like reaching out to me when it comes to the challenge time, which is true. I mean, we have our back and forth messages. They order the challenge pack, you put them in the group, and you're like, hey, I don't talk to you for a week. Like, that's kind of lame. We should probably change that a little bit. And that's great, because if you are messaging them on Facebook Messenger, you can do the voice thing. And you literally just if you haven't done it before, you just hold down the record button and you have a minute to talk. And all you have to do is say, hey girl, just wanted to let you know I'm checking in and thinking about you. How is this week going? How is today going? Did you get your workout in today? Provides more one-on-one, more like personal coaching experience without much time. Doesn't take much time to do that for 5 to 10 people that you have in your challenge group. That's a really easy thing to do. You can do it if you have their phone number, you can text message, hold down that thing and say, hey girl, just want to check in. How is today going for you? Have you had any trouble with your workouts? How is the eating plan going? Just really make sure that they know that you're there for them. Other ways that you can show value and provide value are creating content, creating workbooks for them, creating sample meal plans or inspirational workbooks, creating journals to help them figure out what's holding them back and what's pushing them forward and what their triggers are for, unhealthy eating or not getting their workouts in, or what their new triggers could be for getting their workout in or healthy eating. You can really just think about what you would want as a challenger, and think about like some of the cool things. Like Meg just sent me this awesome little pre-made meal planner thing that like it was $6 on a website, but then shipping was like $16. Shipping was like $10. So it was gonna be like $16 for this little thing. I looked it all up and I was like, you know what? I know it probably like it could even out, but I feel like I could make something very similar for my challengers and it be just as valuable for them. And maybe I could print it out and send it to them, or maybe I can send it to them in a PDF and they can print it out themselves. But it's little things that they don't take a ton of time. They might take a little bit of creativity, but in the long run, once you've made it once, you've got it forever. My 12-hour eating plan that I made 2 years ago has gotten me 1,000+ contacts in my email list because of one eating plan that took me 8 hours to put together. 1,000 people for one 8-hour session. So you really have to think about that. Like think about your return on investment and think about really providing value for these people and making sure that they know that you're here to support and you're just giving them everything that you have so that they can get great results. Because I always remind my challengers, like, your success is my goal. I want you to have success. Like, that, my personal goal is getting you to your goal. And so make sure that they know that, and make sure that they know that they can reach out to you. I, for a while, hesitated giving my phone number to challengers, but now nobody ever uses it. But I want them to know, like, here's my phone number. If you need something, all you have to do is text me. And it's not hard. And some people will, some people won't. But it's good to just put it out there and make sure people know, like, I'm here to help you. Again, with challenge groups, you can send out small gifts. They're a business expense. You can give them out to the most active members once a week or once a challenge, whatever you want. Free groups, creating free groups. And this is something that I need to work on really badly because I'm not very good at it either. But you can create free groups for anything. Michelle has an amazing group going on right now with over 115 people in it. That's like a 30-day free devotional group that she's running. Some people are really great with healthy eating groups. Some people are great with exercise groups. It doesn't have to be health or fitness related, but creating a free group where people can, get content from you that's valuable and helpful for them. That gets you more referrals. And like I said, just make sure that your challengers know that you're with them for the long haul. When this 30-day challenge is over, you're still going to be here. You're going to be ready to put them into another challenge. You're going to be ready to put them into the accountability group. Like, you want them to have success. So make sure that they know that you're going to be their coach a year from now, and you want them to be a completely different person a year from now than they are today. Cool? So how can we apply this to the team? I already kind of went over this, but basically when you learn something new, share it with the team. If you find something really interesting, or you figure out something that you had no idea, like the coach placement that I had no idea until this past weekend, share it with the team. When something's working well in your business, share it with the team. If something isn't working well anymore, you can share that too. Empower those on the team and really make sure that we're welcoming new coaches as they join. Really make sure that it is a fun, positive environment. That's what we all want. That's why we joined. We joined to have this amazing community that we're a part of. So make sure that you're empowering those. And you guys do a great job. The ones on this call always do an amazing job. And we have so many great team members. And the more that we can add value to our team, the better off our team will be. And that goes for your teams as well, like making sure that you're doing these things within your own team as well. So that's pretty much all I have on giving more than you take. Any questions on that? Or comments or additional things that you would like to add? Nope. Okay. So a few tips to finish August strong. I want you guys to think about these things, because they're things that I've had to reflect on personally to make sure that I'm finishing August strong. I'm not where I wanted to be. I am further along than I have been in the past, but I am not where I want to be. So I'm looking through and I'm thinking, am I inviting enough? It's different for everybody. Everybody has different goals on how much you're inviting. For me personally, I need to up that a lot. So are you inviting? Are you setting business hours? Setting business hours is one thing. Following through with business hours is another thing. I was just talking to Julie about this before we hopped on. I personally have been like, I'm going to get up early in the morning. I'm going to do my devotional. I'm going to do my workout. I'm going to start work right away. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen at all. I wake up. I'm like a zombie when I wake up because I'm not a morning person. And then I go through social a little bit and I comment in some groups. And then I'm like, oh, I should really check into this group and I should check into this group. Maybe I need to get my workout in because I don't like to do that before I eat. And then the whole day just does not go according to plan. So figure out what works well for you. I'm not a morning person. I'm done waking up early. I work better late at night. And I work better in the afternoon. So figure out when you personally work better and work during those hours. So figure out your sweet spot. For me, my sweet spot is 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and then 10 p.m. to midnight. Those are my sweet spots. So those are the times that I want to be working. Figure out for you when your sweet spots are, because there's times my husband, he's a 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. guy. I'm still sleeping. My brain isn't working at that time. So figure out what works better for you. And it will help you have more effective business hours, because it's one thing to just be that chronic coach working. It's another thing to be a CEO and have super effective, focused business hours. Are you following up with your people? Have you set your challenge group date for September? Have you started thinking about the health bet, the 3-week yoga retreat? I need to be creating an event for the 3-week yoga retreat because it launches on my birthday and I'm having a big party about it on social and I'm super pumped. So are you staying consistent with your posts on social? Like I said, have you started talking about the health bet? Those are just things to think about to make sure that you're finishing August strong. We have 2 full weeks left in this month, and August is a tough month. It really is, but it's not an impossible month. It's a month that you really just have to stay focused. You have to stay dedicated, because there are 226 million people who need our help. All right. Are you doing personal development? That's the other thing that we really, really, really need to focus on. Are you doing personal development? If you haven't already, read the book, The Energy Bus. That should be on your list. The Energy Bus, one of the leadership calls that I was doing, they were talking about it and I was like, yes, The Energy Bus. I remember listening to it during a really hard time and it really gave me a lot of energy. And your business, I don't want to say this to be harsh. I want to say this so that you know this. Your business will never move forward until you believe that you're capable of moving it forward. And I know that that might sound harsh, but I know that I have personally been in my own head sometimes with, I've felt like I can do anything in the world. And then there's other days where I've felt like, how in the world will I ever do this? I know what it feels like to have those days when you're like, crap, like it's just not working. I don't know how I can ever reach that goal. I haven't reached that goal in 4 years. What makes me think that I'll be able to reach it in the next year? I know what it's like to have those thoughts, but you'll never achieve anything with those thoughts. So whenever those thoughts come in, you really have to make a conscious effort to say the exact opposite thing. No, it hasn't happened in the last 4 years, but there is zero reason why it can't happen in the next year, because I know there's a bunch of coaches who signed up last week who are going to be able to do it in the next year. So why not me? Why not you? Why can't you be one of those coaches? That's something that really hit me hard at Summit, because there are so many coaches who were there who were walking across the stage that were like, I was an Emerald coach last year. I was a coach rank last year. I just signed up last year. And they're walking across the stage because they put in the work, because they had the focused effort and really, really wanted it. And they didn't just want it, but they really worked for it. So believe in yourself, be selfish, focus on you, and know that anybody can do this business. So anyone can have success in this business. I put this in because I really wanted to like hone this home. I don't think that's a saying, but I made it up. So Lindsay Matley, think about this. She was a bartender. She had a preemie baby out of wedlock. I think she had like $400,000 in medical expenses. She filed for bankruptcy prior to coaching. She lost her home. She has success. Why not you? Chelsea Pearson, she was overweight, 2-time college dropout, working in corporate for Avon. She has $1 million business. Why not you? Mindy Wender was making less than $20,000 a year in her family business. She was shy from probably one of the smallest towns in the entire United States or Canada or the whole world. And she had a new baby boy. And she was able to build a multi-million-dollar business. Why not you? Janelle Summers was working full-time in HR at Donato's, which is a delicious pizza company. She was teaching workout classes at least 2 days a week. Her son was in grade school and her husband was working full-time. She was busy. She went diamond in 7 days because she talked to a ton of people about this opportunity. So I don't say this to say like, look at these people, but look at these people. Like they did it because they believed in themselves and they worked their butts off to do it. It wasn't easy for any single one of these people. Every single one of these people had obstacles along the way. They might have done it faster. They might have done it slower. They might have done it completely different than any of us will do it, but they still did it. And there's no reason that you can't too. There's no reason. There's nothing. Like if you think that your story, that you just can't overcome it, then it comes down to personal development. And you've got to dig deep into it and make sure that you are driving that personal development home every single day. Find the right personal development that fills your soul, that fills, and it's going to be different. Sometimes it's business, sometimes it's professional, sometimes it's spiritual. It's going to be different. You have to find what fills your soul, and you have to find what helps you believe in you. And make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who believe in you too. And then my last thing is, why not you? If you don't believe that you can earn your dreams, you need to increase your personal development. Know that you're capable of it, and then work your butt off to achieve it. It doesn't come without work. It doesn't come without sacrifice. There's going to be times of unbalance in your life. Balance is great in theory, but there's going to be times of unbalance when you're working more than you see your family, or when you're missing out on things you want to be at. But this opportunity will allow you to be at those things once you leave your current job behind. And that's not everybody's goal. I totally recognize that. But if you want to leave your current job and you want to have that time freedom, that I know that's why I've worked my business so hard, is because I want the time freedom to be with my family and to not miss out on things anymore. And not missing out on anything anymore this entire summer has been the most rewarding thing I've ever dreamed of. Like, it's hard to describe, but it's possible for anybody. So I need you to just know that. And I wanted to just encourage you tonight to really know that you can do anything that you think that you can do. You just have to think that you can do it. That's the first step. Think that you can do it. Know that you can do it. Believe in yourself. Fill your soul up every single day with personal development. And I'm talking like you might need an hour a day of personal development. Squeeze it in the shower. Squeeze it during your workouts, when you're making meals, when you're getting ready for the day. Squeeze it in. It will be so, so, so worth it. Okay, that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions, comments, anything? Nope. All right, thanks so much for getting on. I'll post a recording tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.